Now with 100% more ducks. Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Avant3 server, hanging out here at the Hall of Heads, but I feel I should be talking a little bit different with this monocle on. I should be going, Sinkme, Sir Percy Blakeney, Baronet. Yeah. You should see the 1982 Scarlet Pimpernel with Anthony Andrews and Jane Seymour. Ah, love that one. Of all the Scarlet Pimpernel shows I've seen, that's the one I like the best, and I love his little monocle he wears, except he normally has it on a stick. And whenever I put this Botania monocle on, I always think of that, and I want to go, sink me. Just like he did. But it's a cool little bauble from Botania. It allows me to see the mana bursts through objects, which is really cool, and other stuff, but that's not what we're talking about today. No, I'm up here at the Hall of Heads, so let's spin around, to drop off a few more heads here. So let's stick them down here. Alright, let's go ahead and plop people on the wall. We've got room up here, and some room down there. It's almost a twin. Let's go up here. I like the eyeball. And down here. And then we've got room down here. And room right there. There we go. More heads for the Hall of Heads. And it's symmetrical right now. But there's still plenty of room around the edges to go ahead and put heads. And, you know, there's other surfaces too. So if you want your head, just go ahead and send me your in-game name, and I will put your head on here when I get around to it. But that's not what we're really talking about today either. No, let's go up. All right, loady. All right, so up here, I wanted to do a little something here with the tree because it's after Thanksgiving here in the US now. And, you know, some countries don't celebrate Thanksgiving, or like in Canada, they celebrate Thanksgiving in October. For me, the rule is if it's after Thanksgiving, then Christmas stuff can begin. Before Thanksgiving, no. Let's enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday up to then. It's kind of like before October 31st, Halloween. Do all sorts of fun Halloween stuff. After October 31st, Thanksgiving. Have all that month be Thanksgiving stuff, and we'll just have fun with that. And then after Thanksgiving, it's Christmas. Go with Christmas. You know, give each holiday its chance to have a holiday. So I'm here because, you know, I've got a big, huge tree, and I'm thinking, let's put up some decorations. So why not? So here, I've got a shape card here, and let's grab these. So we'll put those in here, and to the keen observer, this block is slightly different from the rest. It's the dent redstone, and I'm thinking that might be a little interesting. So I've got the card already. Let's slap that in there. I need a lever, and if I have done this right, it should pull everything from up above, do a single run. All right, go. Back up. There we go. Oh yeah. See, we got these little tiny random placements of the dent, and it connecting those textures. Oh, cool. All right, that is pretty spiffy. Okay, so there's, what is it? Well, it's a Christmas ornament, of course, for my big tree. So I was just thinking that would be silly. And a spider. You know, you silly spider. Do I have a spider? I must, because he's not coming after me. Hey, guess what? Oh, you are attacking me. Well, here, you go away. You go away. Oh, I punched him to death. It's not what I wanted to do. Let's break into here, and I want you, and you, and you, and I want my magnet on. All right, so M. One of the things that one of my viewers mentioned was the fact that let's take a look, this soulbound item magnet of mine, and I love to soulbound everything, but this quantum flux magnet you can turn on and off with a key if you want. And I was going, oh, I'd gone through most of my key bindings and turned them off just because they're really annoying to me, but that one, it was a really good one. I said, okay, yeah, that's well worth putting back on. Let's see, do I want this hanging a little bit lower? Yeah, let's knock off one more piece here. All right, so chest and builder block, and let's pull out that card because we don't need that anymore. That can go there. This is the gold side. Let's get rid of some of this junk. Here, you can go up there too. Gold, 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 gold. And I'm not going to do the random on this one. Okay, oh, lever. Lever, lever, lever. Okay, so did I put the card in? No, I did not. There's the card. There's the lever. Let's back up. This one is a big orb, whereas the other one was slightly different. Oh, and it's up one more than I expected. Okay, I'm going to remove that. And let's remove that. And yep, I was one off. So let's put that there and get rid of these. And put that back there. Okay, go away, go away. The thing I was looking, rather than doing the random through here, I was thinking of taking this. Oh, you know, I'm going to have to come back here and put lights on the inside so they don't spawn mobs in here, because that would not be much fun. You know, it just adds extra tick. And the server right now is struggling. You can see that a lot of these blocks are not breaking instantly for me. I'm running around about 6 ticks per second as opposed to the normal 20, and I'm not sure why. I took a look at what's currently running. There's a lot of entities that I don't get. So and I'm hoping that a reboot in a few hours will make this much happier. But you know, it happens when you have lots of people on a server and everybody's built lots of amazing things. That can all contribute to lag. Sometimes, you know, you can point to a specific mod and say, okay, yeah, this mod has issues and is causing problems on the server, but I couldn't really see anything specific that looked like that. So all right, so 40. Let's go over to here, grab myself a chisel, and let's chisel a band for this. You know, I want to keep it the same color. I'm thinking let's try that one, just because it's got a slightly different color going with. Oh, and it is a joined texture. Okay, perfect, perfect. That's what I was hoping it would do. Alrighty, boink, 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 boink. Alrighty, so make memo to myself to come back and light these up. There we go. So that ornament has a nice little stripe on it. Alrighty, so this one over here should be the lapis color. Yep, I can already see a red dot on the mini map. So this here, let's see, I need that and that. How's it doing for power? Oh, plenty, plenty, plenty. Okay, and then I need to grab the lapis card and my lapis blocks, and I need to break that, and the lapis can go in. This card can come out. That was the gold card, and that one goes in. Doink. And here's my lever, and back up. Yep, this is a wide flat one. This one, I'm not sure what sort of funky decoration to do with this one. Let's just do this little flat piece here and chisel this up into something. Let's not do that block there. Hey, there you go, thank you. Yeah, we'll do this side as well. Just these 10. Come on, catch up. Alrighty, so there's 10. And what can we chisel this into? Oh, let's go with that gold band again, just because that kind of links with the other. Oh, and this one, this texture does not join. That's okay. There we go. Just a little bit different. And let's get out of here. the bits I need. You and you. Alrighty. Put you back. Well, that leaves us with just the redstone one. And yes, of course, these, no, redstone's there. This is emerald. So, of course, this is the, FTOG logos, colors. Get in there. Thank you. Because, all things FTOG, that's kind of the way we roll here on the server. Let's see. And emerald. Give me all the emeralds. And I know exactly how much, because if you take a look at the card itself, it tells you how many blocks I'm putting in. And there's that. Let's put in the blocks. And this one, I think this one I will do some random beforehand. So let's see what randomization we can do with this. I like these colors, but they're so dark. I think we'll go with this one. It's a very similar color. Alrighty, and I've forgotten what the shape is on this. Let's back up. Okay, so this is the long skinny shape. There we go. Yep, just randomly placed the stuff in there. So many mobs over there. Alright, so let's get rid of that. Pull that one out. Got all those bits. And done. So at this point, the FTOG Christmas ornaments are up on the tree, and anybody else on the server who feels like putting up an ornament can feel free to do so, because, fun. I've got a big, huge tree here. Might as well decorate it for Christmas, so enjoy. So we've got that going, and now the light turned off this morning, and I can't see what my notes say. We did the ornaments. Oh, yes. Let's go take a look at Botania. It's early in the morning for me. That's why my automatic light turned off. And let's zip back to the base. And let's put the stuff away. Notice how it's not putting stuff away? Oh, here, let's get really close. Do you see a difference here? It's pretty subtle. I looked at this the last night, and I was going. Actually, I was using my portable teleporter was in my hand, and I was going, why am I'm trying to open up my interface here, and then my teleporter kept coming up instead. So I moved it off, and then. Am I getting server lag? No, somebody put a thin layer of chisel and bits right on top of there to make it look like it's the cover of the crafting GUI. I think that's really, really slick. It was very subtle. It took me about 3 minutes of running around here doing stuff, and before all of a sudden I went, the color's different. I love that. I think that's great. But I can still access the stuff from back here. Anyway, so let's go ahead and toss that out. And I don't need that, or that, or that, or that. All right, so Botania bits. So I already showed you my monocle, and you can see it even shows up here in the little stick figure. And I love that. It looks really cool. Let's go to the Botania base and see what's different here. So I had a blast going through and setting up all of this, and got lots of really good suggestions from people. I was having problems getting my petal apothecary to get water in it, and the solution was to put a mana tablet in with the Rod of the Seas. That was the key. I had completely forgotten that, yes, it does need mana, and so I needed something to be able to supply that. So activate block with item, and the mana tablet, boom, done. Works like a charm. And you can also see there's something different down there since we're here. Yeah, I put a layer. I decided to go with basalt here. And I don't think I showed this on the camera. I went ahead and put in some of the different soils. I made some coarse dirt so it remains dirt, and then some of the silty grass blocks so that they have a slightly different pattern. I went ahead and scattered a couple more of those little avatars around. Another suggestion was, some of the birches do grow tall, And so I placed some of those in there. Had to do those manually. And then this one over here I really like. The suggestion was, you know, why not push this a little further back and break a hole so it's like it's leaking through the walls. I like that. I like that. And it you know, flowing water is just a cool texture. So this, I think I'm done with decoration and the random looks here. But I like it. It's busy. It's no longer as boring as a flat surface was. Zip down here. I removed this little beastie here. Let's pull out this. This was set up so it was grabbing Terra Steel, but it was also grabbing all of the mana steel ingots, the mana diamonds, the mana pearls, all of those sort of things, because I had another dropper and mana pool. Brain fart there. So a mana pool right here, so I could drop the stuff and collect it here. The problem was when I tried to drop the mana steel and pearl and diamond so I could make the Terra Steel, it was getting slurped up by this because it was thinking it was coming over here. So that didn't work. That needed to be pulled away. And I discovered that I can use something other than the open crate. You see how this chest is then hooked into the open crate because the crafter cannot input directly into the open crate. I'll show you that later. Didn't want to do that. Let's jump back up. Over here, I was saying I need some flowers. I need a lot of flowers, and because I kept making a few petals, and then I said, oh, I've only got 20, 30 some of these flowers. I need more. So I came over here. Let's grab a little Horn of the Wild. And I set up this little jaded amaranthus. You can see it right there. Oh, do you see that little border kind of pop on? That is the monocle. That says this is the area that the jaded amaranthus will go ahead and plant things in. So I expanded it out just to fit that. If we overlook this one, this is where the floating Gormorillus will eat items. And so that's within range. Let's see, what else is this? Yeah, this is how big the area will that the floating Entropinium will consume. And it's quite large. It's 11 by 11 by 11. So that gives me a good idea as to what it's doing. Anyway, I set up here the Drum of the Wild. And when it gets a pulse of mana, it will activate. And so over here, I have a mana spreader. This is one of the redstone mana spreaders. And I don't know if you could really see, it's subtle. It's a little bit redder on the side than this one, which is a regular one. And so when I put some sand in here, and it was like every 20 seconds, it would send a slow little pulse over to here, and that would chew up some of these flowers. And the vacuum hopper underneath, let's get the flowers gone. Oh, that's my magnet. Magnet off. All right, so let's toss down these flowers. Oh, no, not my... Oh, well, that's not going to get grabbed. All right, let's try that again. Take two. This way I keep my my horn without losing it. There we go. So what's happening here, clicking on the vacuum chest, it's sucking up all the flowers in the range here. There's the 20 sand I used for the timer, and they can just sit here. But those are getting picked up by this little conduit shoved into a controller, and here's my flowers. So I've got at least 2 stacks of each, which is mighty nice. In fact, I should grab me a stack of flowers each. There we go. There. And this way I can store this. As long as I'm in this area and this is chunk loaded, that should go ahead and place flowers just fine. I turned off the harvesting because I don't need that to happen. And I noticed because the borders are such, this is in the loaded chunk, but this piece is not. The mana would shoot across and then nothing would happen because it was out of the loaded chunk. So this wasn't harvesting unless I was actually here. But that's okay. I don't need gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs. I just need some. So that automation is taken care of. I do like how the color is slightly different every time I look at the flower. It's like it's going through the the prism, the spectrum. There we go. It's red, orange. Anyway, so let's head back up. And we'll dump off all my flowers because I don't need them on me. I want them in here. And if we take a look at petals, yeah, I took a bunch of the flowers and chopped them up into petals, so I've got lots on hand now. I kept going, oh, I only have one of these, and oh, I've got two of those. And nah, much better. Anyway, so I automated some of this stuff, and let me go show you what that looks like. Oh, no torches anywhere in here. It's all these glimmering flowers. I went through, you just add 2 of the glowstone to any flower, and they're now glimmering. So I like this. This is my Botania area, so it's supposed to look really Botania-y and growing, and it does. It works really nicely. Oh, I went ahead and got some shimmering mana pools here. If we take a look at mana pools. Mana pool. So it's this one here, the fabulous mana pool. It requires this shimmer rock, which requires that you have, oh, there it is, where you have a Bifrost block and living rock. And the Bifrost block, you need Alph glass from the portal and a rod of the Bifrost. So I made all those things just because I like the way these pools slowly change colors. I think it's really cool looking, and it adds a little extra je ne sais quoi to the base, and so we'll keep that. And then I got another great suggestion that because this has the catalyst, the yellow catalyst, and I'm drawing a black. Which catalyst are you? You are the alchemy, and so this is the conjuring, and this one's green, and this one's the funky gold color. The suggestion was take some petal powder, and you just slap the mana pool, and it gives it a color. And I had read that, but I had never done that. I hadn't seen the use for it. But this way, I know that's the yellow catalyst, the conjuring, and this one is the no. That's the alchemical. That's the conjuring, because this one's green, and it also looks cool. I like it instead of just the boring whites. I didn't do any of the others because they're hidden from view, and so who cares? All right, so back here, down. Nope, back up a little bit. Now I can go down. I went ahead and made a few changes. These have my Gaia level mana spreaders with the lenses on top. So when I want to make a rune of something, it's super fast. So let's go take a look at runes. Runes. You know, I've got plenty of... Oh, let's make a few more air. Why not? All right, I've got all the stuff available for me. So start. So it's going to start placing the items. He said. This always seems to be far slower, and I don't know why it seems to be so darn slow right now. Anyway, I can upgrade the crafters with more upgrade speeds. And then, look at that. Boom, done. Once it gets to the crafting stage, the mana bursts from these guys are so fast. So, automating other stuff. This is where I have the recipe for my mana steel, my mana diamonds, my mana pearls. Also making the name tags, which I use for the heads up above. That needs a book and quill dropped in here. And glass to mana glass. Now this requires the catalyst underneath, and you can see the little pattern. There's the yellow catalyst again underneath there. So this drops in. I put a dominant spark here on top of this one, so there's nothing pointing to it. It just sucks everything from these ones. So this drops down, and this is the precision dropper from Actual Editions. This will take it directly, which is very nice. And the redstone mode you can see there is set for deactivation. If I were to slap a redstone mode on there, you know, like a torch or a redstone block, it would stop. The other one is pulse, but I'm not pulsing this. And then this here ignores living rock, iron, diamond, and glass, and so it doesn't suck them in fast enough. It doesn't have anything for the book and quill, but that seems to drop in just fine, fast enough. Over here, we have the iron dropper from Random Things. and you can see it's just a regular sort of dropper. This I discovered as well, because the open crates I was saying doesn't work. That's really cheap. Let me show you. So we've got the precision dropper and the iron dropper. So let's go take a look at droppers. So there's this dropper, and the problem with this dropper is it kind of spews in any direction. So instead of dropping straight down, it can drop off at an angle going down. And so I don't like that. You know, yeah, I've got a little bit of chiseled mana glass, and Technojock would say, no, you should do that. You should put some chiseled on there. And I was going, no, that way lies madness. Yeah, I've gone a little bit down the path. And so that keeps it channeled down, even if it were to pop off of the sides, but I really prefer to drop straight down, and these two do. Anyway, the Atomic Precision Dropper, it's not super duper expensive. It requires a dropper, it requires the advanced coil, you know, that's not hard to make this, and then the Palace Crystal. So all of that's fairly cheap and easy to do, but the iron dropper, that's a simple, cheap recipe, and it works great. So again, it will respect a pulse. I turned it to eject continuously, some delay. You know, I can change things around, but I like this. It's a very simple little thing from Random Things, and it works really well. So this, I've got a vacuum chest here and my Petal Apothecary, and again, right below, I've got another one of those mechanical users with the Rod of the Sea and mana. So it constantly is filled and done, dusted, finished. I've got this so it will not, it will grab the Solagnolia, but it won't grab anything else. So I have the recipe in here. It knows how to make this flower. And I'm just showing the Petal Apothecary because it can be automated. I just rarely see the need to do this unless I'm making lots and lots and lots and lots of flowers. And in my Mod Sauce 2 series, I made over 700 hydrangeas twice. And so I set this up so that it would work and make those for me. This I find far more interesting to get set up and automated because I make far more runes than I ever do flowers. And so, you know, but it's there. I do have a tutorial on how to use different mods to automate the Petal Apothecary. Not really using this, the refined storage, it's using AE2, but it's all pretty much the same principle. You drop something down, you collect it, you need something to give water. And you can either drop buckets of water or you can have something that applies the water to it, which I'm doing this time. I also have another tutorial for the runic altar and how to get that automated too. Slightly different from what I've got, but the same principles involved. Yep. I think I'm done with Botania as far as automating bits. I've got everything set up here that I really care about. So yeah, I think I'm good to go. And I think that's a good place to go ahead and end this episode. Just kind of catch up on some of the stuff that's out there. And a big hearty thanks to all my viewers. I really appreciate your comments. You give me some really great ideas, stuff that either I've overlooked or had completely forgotten about, or I just don't know it. It helps me hopefully make a little bit more interesting videos for you. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the FTOG Avant3 server, having a blast, you know, doing a little automation, hanging some heads, doing some Christmas decorations. Yeah, and I hope you had some fun too. Thanks for watching. Bye.